Good morning, everybody. Well, it's another day. Today I'm going to be cutting out the deck boards. I got to take up them temporaries that are over here because I don't want to cut them up. What I'm going to do is just leave them on the joists and just get rid of the joists and the pieces that are left over on it. And I'll move the camera, we'll cut this. Now this part here, right now is going to stay there because I need it to kind of like hold together. But I am going to remove it, but not right now. I want to use that as a work platform till I'm done with all this. Now I got to try to get them up now. I can lift them up like I said, but if you watch my last video all the way through, you'll see why we don't want to lift them up and break them off, because it will crack the center of that joist. But remember, there's 3 nails in each 2x6, so there's like right in line. So you try to force it that way. It's like putting a chisel in there and breaking out the wood. You don't want to do that. I'll try hitting them up first with the hammer. Now we'll use the crowbar. We'll probably use a combination of both. That way we don't split the wood, because I already split it a little bit when I put this post in. We're not going to make that mistake again. I'll put this over here for now so we don't get stepping those nails. This is what I mean. This is earlier when I taken it out, and you can split it, but you can see all the nails are like kind of like in line in the center, and this could cause splitting. Look over here. And you can see this wood is damn good, but if you pull straight up as much as you can, you won't split the joist. Naturally, it doesn't matter on a joist that you're going to replace. This one here is in good shape. So I'm just going to continue getting this out now. I have to be careful over here because you want a nice square edge here. If you start lifting this up here, you could bugger this up, but you also could bugger this end up, and as I mentioned in the last video, then I got to caulk the damn thing, because you want a good seam when these are butted together. As you're never going to be perfect, of course, but you don't want a big ugly space there, rounded off corners and stuff on the edge of the rounded off edges, I should say, on this. You want it straight and flat. At a later date, I may replace this, but it's in pretty damn good shape. Just a little here, but nothing much. It's in good shape all the way through. But I may do that, but then I got these nailed down through here, so we'll get this main part done, and that'll be a separate little job that probably won't even get on video. Hard because that was underneath this, so hard to get that out, but I got it. I want to show you what I did this morning. The first thing I did is I cut that back the way it's supposed to be. You know, I screwed up on this. I don't know where my head is, but it's probably up my ass somewhere. These are 8 feet. This is 8 feet. The deck planking is 8 feet. But I didn't allow for the overhang. In other words, I should have cut these back. And I mean, sure, you guys are watching that do carpentry. Said, you know, of course you're going to have to cut these back. But you know what? I don't know what I was thinking. Like I say, my head must have been up my ass. I was supposed to have the jack up my ass, not my head. That's why I'm a jackass of all trades, but master of none. So I still got to cut this. It makes it hard, but we're going to have to go up like we did with the other side with the reciprocating saw. Anyways, I want you to see this. You see how good that is in there. And pressure treated plywood with just dirt in there, that's all that is. There's no rot, that damn wood is in good shape. I gotta finish taking these out. I'm gonna try to get up underneath there with the crowbar and try to pull them up. I loosen them a little bit, but you know what? I don't want to pull these and round these edges off, like I said before. So, got these 5 pieces, and then after that, I'm going to take all this off up to about here or so, probably right here, and leave that for support. I just need some stability. Then we're going to have to close that door off so we can't go in and out until I get this decking in here. Nails are in there. Pay it. Good surface here. Nothing wrong with using nails. I don't know if you're going to see anything with my big ugly ass in the way, but we'll see. trying not to bugger up this wood. That's why I'm trying to put it still. Gentle is the way you need to go. I gotta cut up them joists, probably at least in half anyhow. I'll do that later. Right now I gotta concentrate on taking some more wood off of that side over there where the door is, so it'll enable me to get the new joists in there, and leaving the support for the very last minute for the air conditioner. Once a new joist is slipped underneath there, then I can remove that whole works there, but I'm going to cut as much wood off of that as I can. Over here I'm going to cut this out. I'm be careful not to hit the skirting. With my reciprocating saw, I'm going to cut this out. I got to leave this in, and I got to leave this in because of the support that's needed for that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my skill saw and I'm going to cut all this off so that this joist can be pulled right out. I'll probably cut right up close and then throw that joist out with those out there. It's going to be very difficult because I got to hold that saw almost vertical so I don't hit the skirting. Because I got the shortest blade I can put in that thing. Okay, I'm going to knock this piece out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all this off. So that still leaves me two joists right here. Like I say, there's not going to be another one in this position. The next one's going to be here. So I should be able to manage this. I just have to get all this wood out of here. But before I do that, I'm going to cut all this here. It'll give me like a platform to work on. And then then I can commence to remove the rest of this. But remember, the joists are going to still be connected here. I'm not sawing these joists off until I get the new joist to slide up underneath here. And we're going to leave these two in. We may leave this one in, and we'll cut everything else out. Okay, I'm ready to cut. I pre-cut that, those 3 boards on the far end over there with my small trim saw, because I couldn't get this thing in there. So now we're going to commence to cut this where I can get my big saw in there, right up to the point where I did it with the small saw, and that should free that 2x8 out of there. There it goes, it just dropped off the side. Alright, I removed that joist. It took a while to get that joist out of here. I slid it out. I just gotta get rid of those nails on the end there. And now we've got this little runway, if you want to call it that. But we're gonna remove these boards here. Like I say, we're going to leave a few in here to keep this up, because I have to remove these so I can work up underneath there and slide the joists up underneath there and put the hangers in. I need room to work. That's what we're going to do now. So we're going to remove these right now. I want to make one note. Earlier in another video I had said that I put the things right onto the ground. That's not the case. There was cement block there, dug into the ground, and there's even a piece of stainless steel sitting on top of it right here. And, either stainless or aluminum, I'm not sure what. And so that's the way they are pressure treated. So it's sitting on blocks. Well, one more time I'm going to get my ugly ass up there and commence to cut these 2x6s out of there. we're going to replace the joist, so we don't care when stuff like this happens. We're going to do the rest off camera. Getting some binding action here, I don't know why, but some of these have been assisted up with some 2x4s underneath, so I'm hitting those too. Well, I think that's all I'm going to do for today. Back is starting to bother me, so I'm going to knock off now. I'm going to put a piece of plywood in that area there. Although I'm going to close the door off anyways, but I'm going to put a piece of plywood there that I have in the shed, and I'll just throw it on there, tack it on there. And it'll help stabilize this, because this whole thing is, as you can see, is a little wobbly. And I don't want the air conditioner, any problems with the window and the air conditioner and stuff. So that's what we're going to do. So thank you for watching. You'll see another video, I'm sure, about all this project here coming to a computer near you. So don't go too far away. Thanks for watching.